Good morning, students. As you know, we had started chapter number 7 of Vistas, Evans Rise and O Level, written by Colin Dexter. So, Evans is a prisoner who is in the prison and he wants to upgrade himself. So, he wants to appear in O Level German exam by staying in the prison only. And he had attended the night classes also for the same. So now he was ready for the exam and all the preparations for the exam had been made by the secretary of examination board, and the prison officers were also ready for the nice conduct of the exam. So let us start from the last paragraph of page number 72. Ivan's face was unshaven. So when Mr. Jackson, the prison officer, saw Evans, he noticed that his face was unshaven and he wore a filthy looking red and white bobble hat upon his head. And there was a dirty red and white woolen hat on his head. "Give me a chance, Mr. Jackson. I was just going to shave when you burst in." So Evans said to Mr. Jackson that just give me a chance, because when you came in at that time I was ready to shave my beard. Which reminds me, Jackson turned his eyes on Stephens. फिर जैक्सन ने स्टीफन्स की तरफ देखा. स्टीफन वॉज ऑल्सो अ प्रिजन ऑफिसर. "Make sure you take his razor out of the cell when he is finished scraping that ugly mud off his. Clear?" So Mr. Jackson says to Stephen to take all the equipments out from the cell when he finishes the shave. One of these days he will do us all a favor and cut his bloody throat. For a few seconds, Ivan looked thoughtfully at the man standing ramrod. Ramrod means like a rod, straight in front of him. For some seconds, Ivan looked thoughtfully towards Stephen and Jackson, who were standing like a rod in front of him. A string of Second World War medals proudly paraded over his left breast pocket. Mr. Jackson. So there were the medals of Second World War hanging over his left breast pocket. "Was it you who took my nail scissors away?" Evans had always worried about his hands. So Evans now wanted to trim his nails. That's why he asked from Jackson, "Have you taken my nail scissors and your nail file too?" But here Jackson answers that not only your nail scissors, but I have taken your nail filer also. Look, for a moment Ivan's eyes smoldered dangerously. Smoldered means burnt with anger. But Jackson was ready for him. "Orders of the Governor Evans." He leaned forward and leered, his voice dropping to a harsh, contemptuous whisper. "You want to complain?" Evans shrugged his shoulders tightly. The crisis was over. The danger was now going to finish. "You have got half an hour to smarten yourself up, Evans, and take that bloody hat off." So Jackson says that you will get half an hour to get ready and take your bloody hat off. "Me at who?" Evans put his right hand lovingly on top of filthy woolen and smiled sadly. "Do you know, Mr. Jackson, it's the only thing that has ever brought me any sort of luck in life. Kind of lucky charm, if you know what I mean. And today I thought, well, with me, exam and all that." So he says that the hat is the only thing which brings lucky charm for me. The hat is very lucky for me. Buried somewhere in Jackson was a tiny core of compassion. Tiny core means tiny heart of pity, and Evans knew it. Means somehow Jackson was having a pity for Evans, and Evans knew that just this once. Then Shirley Temple. If there was one thing that Jackson genuinely hated about Evans, it was his long wavy hair. और जैक्सन को क्या पसंद नहीं था इवांस का, उसके लॉन्ग हेयर एंड गेट शेविंग. At 8:45 the same morning, the Reverend Stuart McCleary left his bachelor flat in Broad Street and stepped out briskly towards Carfax. The weatherman reported temperature considerably below the normal for early June. The temperature was checked and it was normal. It was below as it should be in early June, and a long black overcoat and a shallow crowned clerical hat provided welcome protection from the steady drizzle which had set in half an hour earlier and which now spattered the thick lenses of his specs. In his right hand he was carrying a small brown suitcase. Now the person who was going to conduct the exam, he had come. In his right hand there was a small brown suitcase, and in that he would need his morning duties. In the suitcase there were all the things which he needed for his morning duties, including there was a sealed question paper envelope, a yellow invigilation form, a special authentication means credibility card from the examination board, a paper knife, a Bible. He was to speak to the Women's Guild that afternoon on the Book of Ruth, and a current copy of the Church Times. The 2-hour examination was scheduled to start at 9:15 a.m. Paper 2 घंटे का था and the time of start of exam was 9:15. Evans was lathering his face vigorously when Stephens brought in 2 small square tables. Evans was lathering means forming his face, जो शेव करने से पहले फॉर्म बनाई जाती है फेस पे. So Evans was forming his face when Stephen came in, and Stephen brought 2 square tables and set them opposite each other in the narrow space between the bunk on the one side and on the other distempered stone wall. Distempered is painted stone wall. Next, Stephens brought in 2 hard chairs. पहले 2 square table लेके आया Stephen, फिर 2 hard chairs लेके आया. The slightly less battered of which he placed in front of the table which stood nearer the cell door. Jackson put in a brief final appearance. Behave yourself, laddie. Then Jackson finally said to Evans to behave properly. Evans turned and nodded. Evans turned toward Jackson and said, "Yes, sir." And these, Jackson pointed to pin-ups of. Evans turned and nodded again. "I was going to take them down anyway. A minister, isn't he? The chap coming to sit in, I mean." "And how did you know that?" asked Jackson quietly. Jackson ने पूछा कि तुम्हें ये सब कैसे पता है? "Well, I had to sign some forms, didn't I? And I couldn't help." So he says that as I had to sign some forms and I knew that. Evans drew the razor carefully down his left cheek. फिर इवान ने रेजर अपनी लेफ्ट चीक से नीचे को किया and left a neat swath in the white leather. "Can I ask you something, Mr. Jackson?" Then Evans wanted to ask something from Mr. Jackson. "Why did they have a bug me in this cell?" Bug is a special instrument to hear others. So, Mr. Jackson, Evans asked that, why did they have a special hearing instrument in this cell? He nodded his head vaguely to a point above the door. "Not a very neat job," conceded Jackson. So Jackson confessed that it is not a clean job. "They are not. They don't honestly think I am going to try to. They are taking no chances, Evans. Nobody in his senses would take any chance with you." सो जैक्सन को अब इवांस की स्टोरी पता थी। गवर्नर ने तो स्टोरी नहीं बताई थी सेक्रेटरी को एग्जामिनेशन बोर्ड के, लेकिन जैक्सन को हर चीज़ पता थी और इसलिए जैक्सन ने इवांस को बोला कि इस बार हम एग्ज़ाम कंडक्ट करने में कोई लापरवाही नहीं करना चाहते हैं। एक्चुअल में क्या था, जो इवांस था वो 3 बार किसी ना किसी बहाने, मतलब वो एक बहुत बड़ा क्रिमिनल था और वो कोई ना कोई क्राइम करके सेल में आता था और किसी ना किसी तरीके से वो सेल में से भाग जाता था। तो इसलिए इस बार जो एग्ज़ाम कंडक्ट करना था वो बहुत ध्यान से किया गया था। मतलब ये था कि इसीलिए उसका जो नेल सीजर था, जिसको हम नेल कटर बोलते हैं, जैक्सन ने उसका नेल कटर ले लिया था। इवन कि उसने बोला था कि जो ये शेव करने के लिए रेजर यूज़ करेगा उसको भी हम ले जाएंगे। मतलब कोई भी ऐसा शार्प इंस्ट्रूमेंट विल नॉट बी केप्ट विद इवांस इन द सेल, कि चाहे वहाँ पे एक इन्विजिलेटर होगा, 2 पुलिसमैन विल ऑलवेज बी मूविंग इन द कॉरिडोर ऑफ द सेल, लेकिन फिर भी वो इतना शातिर था, इतना बड़ा क्रिमिनल था कि वो किसी की भी प्रेजेंस में कोई भी गलत काम कर देता था। सो Mr. Jackson says to Evans that this time we are not going to take any chance. Who's going to listen in? I'll tell you who is going to listen in, lady. It's the governor himself. See. तो जैक्सन कहता है कि गवर्नर खुद सुनना चाहता है कि अंदर से कोई आवाज़ ना आए, इसलिए कोई इंस्ट्रूमेंट भी लगा दिया था कि अगर थोड़ी सी भी आवाज़ आएगी वो बाहर सुनाई दे। He don't trust you a bloody inch and nod to I. फिर जैक्सन बोलता है गवर्नर को, इवांस को, कि ना ही गवर्नर का तुझ में विश्वास है ना ही मेरा। I'll be watching you like a hawk. Hawk is a falcon. Evans, so keep your nose clean, clear. And he walked towards the door. Evans nodded. He had already thought of that, and number 2 handkerchief was lying ready on the bunk, a neatly folded square of off-white linen. Just one more thing, Einstein. Yeah, was that? Good luck, old son. So it was good luck, old son. It was said to Evans. In the little lodge just inside the prison's main gates, the Reverend S. McCleary signed his name neatly in the visitor's book, and thence walked side by side with a silent prison officer across the exercise yard of 2D wing, where he was greeted by Jackson. The wing's heavy outer door was unlocked and locked behind them, the heavy inner door the same, and McCleary was handed into Stephen's keeping. Get the razor, murmured Jackson. Jackson ने बोला कि रेजर भी ले लो. Stephen nodded. He said, okay. Well, keep your eyes skinned clear. Skinned means look carefully towards him. Is that clear? Stephens nodded again, and McCleary, his feet clanging up the iron stairs, followed his new guide and finally stood before the cell door, where Stephens opened the peephole and looked through. That's him, sir. Evans, facing the door, sat quietly at the farther of the two tables, his whole attention riveted to a textbook of elementary German grammar. Stephens took the key from its ring. Stephen ने इवन की की भी ले ली थी, क्योंकि ये डर था कि वो की के साथ भी कोई ना कोई अटैक कर सकता है. And the cell lock sprang back with the thud metallic twang. It was 9:10 a.m. when the governor switched on the receiver. गवर्नर ने अंदर क्योंकि इंस्ट्रूमेंट लगा दिया था कोई भी आवाज़ सुनने के लिए और कोई भी इंस्ट्रक्शन देने के लिए, तो 9:10 पे गवर्नर ने रिसीवर को स्विच ऑन किया. ही इंस्ट्रक्टेड जैक्सन टू टेल इवांस of the temporary little precaution that was only fear. But wasn't it all a bit theatrical, schoolboyish almost? How on earth was Evans going to try anything on today? If he was so anxious to make another break, why in heaven's name hadn't he tried from the recreational block? मतलब अब उनको ये लग रहा था, जो प्रिजन में थे, सेल में, जो जेल प्रिजन ऑफिसर था, या गवर्नर था, उनको ये लग रहा था कि जब हम इसे रिक्रिएशनल ब्लॉक से लेके गए थे सेल में, तो अगर इस बार इसने कोई अटैक करना होता, कोई प्लान होता, तो इसने तभी कर लेना था। तो इसलिए थोड़े से वो टेंशन फ्री थे दैट दिस टाइम इवान इज नॉट गोइंग टू डू एनीथिंग रॉन्ग, मच easier. But he hadn't, and there he was now, sitting in locked cell, all the prison officers on the alert, two more locked doors between his cell and the yard. उसके सेल और यार्ड में आने तक भी रास्ते में 2 लॉक्ड डोर थे, एंड a yard with a wall as high as a haystack. Yes, Evans was as safe as houses. इतना सेफ कर दिया था इवांस को, मतलब इस तरीके से लॉक कर दिया था जिस तरीके से बंदा घर में लॉक होता है. एनीवे इट वुडंट बी एनी ट्रबल एट ऑल टू हैव the receiver turned on for the next couple of hours or so. It wasn't as if there was going to be anything to listen to, was it? Amongst other things, an invigilator's duty was to ensure. एक इन्विजिलेटर भी आया था चर्च से, मैक्लियरी, तो उसकी ड्यूटी क्या थी? इट वॉज टू एंश्योर दैट द स्ट्रिक्टेस्ट साइलेंस वॉज ऑब्जर्व्ड, कि इवान्स बिल्कुल भी बोले ना, सिर ना उठाए. बट still that little nagging doubt, but still there was some doubt. Might Evans try to take advantage of McCleary? कि मैक्लियरी को इवांस की स्टोरी नहीं पता थी, तो इवांस चांस ले सकता था मैक्लियरी से. गेट हिम टू स्मगल इन अ चिजल और 2 or a rope ladder, or the governor sat up sharply. It was all very well getting rid of any potential weapon that Evans could have used, but what about McCleary? तो कहते अब ये श्योर था कि वो कोई वेपन नहीं यूज करेगा, लेकिन मैक्लियरी के पास अगर कुछ हो. What if, quite unwittingly, the innocent McCleary had brought in something himself? वो एक सूटकेस लेके आया था अपने साथ, तो हो सकता है किसी ने सूटकेस में अपनी सेफ्टी के लिए कुछ पहले से ही रखा हो. तो कहते हैं सपोज उसके पास कुछ हो तो a jackknife perhaps. Jackknife is a knife with a blade. And what if Evans held him hostage with such a weapon? The governor reached for the phone. It was 9:12. 9:12 पे गवर्नर फोन के पास गया. The examinee and the investigator had already been introduced by Stephen when Jackson came back and shouted to McCleary through the cell door, "Can you come outside a minute, sir? You too, Stephens." फिर जैक्सन सेल डोर के पास जाता है और बोलता है कि मैक्लियरी और स्टीफन्स को जरा बाहर आने के लिए. जैक्सन क्विकली एक्सप्लेन द गवर्नर्स वरीज, एंड मैक्लियरी पेशेंटली हेल्ड आउट हिज आर्म्स एट शोल्डर लेवल whilst Jackson lightly frisked his clothes. "Something hard here, sir." तो उसने बोला कि शोल्डर्स के पास कुछ हार्ड है. "My reading glasses," replied McCleary. मतलब जैक्सन ने उनको चेक किया अच्छे से कि ये गवर्नर के डाउट हैं कि आपके पास कुछ ना हो अपनी सेफ्टी के लिए. तो उसने बोला कि तुम्हारे शोल्डर के पास कुछ है. देन ही सेज दैट दीज आर माई रीडिंग ग्लासेस, लुकिंग डाउन एट द स्पेक्स केस. जैक्सन क्विकली reassured him, and bending down on the landing, thumb flicked the catches on the suitcase. He picked up each envelope in turn, carefully passed his palms along their surfaces, and seemed satisfied. So that's all for today. From here we'll continue tomorrow. So till then, have a nice day ahead.